It has been 2 months since the Nova Festival became the concert from hell, as hundreds of attendees were murdered or kidnapped by Hamas terrorists. Now, an exhibition in Tel Aviv returns visitors to the festival at that point in time, prior to the party becoming the scene of a massacre. Objects recovered from the site were used to recreate that happy place while reminding the world of the tragedy that took place there.
I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm smiling, and this is everything.
We want the people to know, we want the world to know, to see. This festival could happen anywhere in the world, and this could happen to anyone in the world.
Nova has existed for over 2 years. It produces music festivals that reflect the community's worldview.
The main thing is music, of course. Our love for music, our love for dancing, our love for freedom. Our biggest event was on the 7th of October. It was supposed to be our biggest event. And then.
That last festival took place in Reim, located in the Gaza envelope, on the weekend of the Jewish holiday of Simchat Torah. It drew about 3,000 people who share common values and came to celebrate life.
And you see the people dancing, and you see them smiling, and you see them, this happiness that's around the people. It's something that's priceless.
All these meanings, it's to celebrate the freedom and the happiness, and to see a lot of smiles and see people just being themselves and happy.
The name of the exhibit, 639, is also the time in which darkness took center stage at the music festival.
I was dancing exactly in this stage in 6:30, and we saw rockets. They stopped the music, and we saw rockets, a lot of rockets, like rain of rockets. And we didn't understand what happened. We just knew that we need to go home, and the party is over.
And the police gets on the stage and shuts down the music.
They did not yet understand the extent of the events, but as the music stopped, thousands of Hamas terrorists from Gaza were pouring through the border and heading toward the party to commit a bloodbath.
I was standing in the main stage, and after that, my story begins.
Realizing that terrorists had arrived and unable to leave the parking lot, Almog left her car and found a bush to hide under. She heard the massacre while it was happening. When Almog was able to return to her car, she and her friend had to drive through a field packed with the bodies of young music lovers slaughtered before they could escape home.
They're running, and when they start shooting on our cars, this was bad.
Amir, an organizer of the festival, stayed and tried to help the people run away to safety. He met some friends and jumped into their car to try to escape the attack.
Get in the car. We didn't know where to go because we hear shooting from everywhere. We see people running, we see people falling while they're running. We see cars coming back to the parking lot with injured and dead people inside the car.
So they decided to start driving through the road that looked the safest.
We saw terrorists on the right side of the street, of the road, and they shoot at us from the right side. I was sitting in the back on the right, so I got shot in my leg through the door. It went in on the right leg, went out, and then to my left leg. Our friend that was sitting next to the driver in the front seat, he was shot in his back and in his neck, and unfortunately didn't survive.
Despite what they had just experienced, Amir and his friends continued driving, but after a few minutes, their car broke down.
Luckily, we got into a field. There were like a lot of orange trees, similar to the trees you can see here. We stopped there, and my friends helped me to cover my wounds and stop the bleeding. and yeah, we waited there for around 3 hours until the rescue came.
Clothing belonged to the people, to the young people who came out for one night of fun, never imagining the fate that awaited them, and brought the world's attention to a quiet park in the Gaza envelope. The terrorists took the lives of some 400 people at the Nova Festival and kidnapped 40 others.
The purpose is first of the memorial of all our friends and people that came to the festival who have died, for the hostages that are still kept in Gaza. You can see the camping site. You can see the stages, the stereo. Everything was in the festival.
And now to see, you know, the real things, the real pieces from the festival, it's weird, but I love it. I love it. I love it that it's here right now, and my family can see it, and they can understand me better. How I felt, you know, when I was celebrate, and right after when I run over my life.
All those who survived are going through a healing process together as a community.
I could be dead right now, but I don't know if it's luck, if it's from, you know, God, but I'm here. And I'm dealing with the things I need to deal right now. We have therapy sessions together, and I met a lot of friends because, you know, that we survived the same thing, and I can speak with people that understand me.
This peaceful, fun, and vibrant party ended up being absolute hell when hundreds of Hamas terrorists tormented the festival in order to kill, rape, torture, and kidnap everyone they could. But what they couldn't murder is the Nova spirit, which will stay in the hearts of the survivors, the people of Israel, and all the music lovers around the world.
Nothing can stop or murder our spirit. Our main slogan is "We will dance again," and you can ask each member of the Nova Festival, of the survivors, will you stop dancing? Will you dance again? I'm sure that almost all of them will say yes, we will dance again.
I'm gonna dance my whole life, and they can't stop me.
From Tel Aviv, this is Debbie Monblad reporting for the Media Line.